Now, there's this incredible case of cancel culture and transgender wars playing out in Western Australia. You and I might think that girl guides need to be girls. Indeed, instructors in the Girl Guides organisation need to be female, you would think, i.e. not have a penis. But if you look at the Western Australian Girl Guides website, you'll see, in fact, that they declare Girl Guides is open for girls from 5 to 17 and women over 18. But it goes on to say that they welcome anyone who identifies as a girl or a woman. Very interesting. And obviously this could be concerning for parents sending their girls to what they might think is a single-sex organisation. Late last year, a brand new chief executive took over, Karyn Lisignoli. She sent out a public social media message to the girls' sport advocate, Catherine Deves, who we've had on this show. She was here just again last week. Lisignoli asked if changing the rules to allow for only biological females would be against the law. Pretty soon, all hell broke loose. And within days, Lisignoli had lost her job, apparently for challenging the organisation's rules publicly. She'd been sacked just days after getting into this new role. And WA Girl Guides now has issued a statement declaring that if a person is living as a girl, they can join, regardless of biology. Karyn Lisignoli joins me now live from Perth. Thanks for joining us, Karyn. The first up here, the point of substance, and that is this satisfactory, or do you think that most parents might be alarmed that anyone identifying as a girl could turn up at the Girl Guides?
Well, I think that the feedback that we've had on the Australian has revealed the fact that most parents are blissfully unaware of this and are, of course, very concerned about the fact that what they think is a single-sex organisation is actually not.
Yeah, now this would be problematic. I think the organisation has pointed out there could be a transgender girl living as a girl, going to school as a girl, and wouldn't want to be excluded from Girl Guides. I don't know if they've come up with any instances of this, but I would have thought that other parents might be uncomfortable with that, especially when you do sleepovers and camps and the like.
Absolutely. It's a crucial safeguarding issue. Women have been fighting and advocating for years and years and years to develop laws, etc., and develop the right to have single-sex spaces. They do that because women are physically weaker than men. Women are vulnerable to rape and sexual assault, and therefore we have laws that protect women and that allow for single-sex situations. So the Scouts is, of course, now both sexes. So one assumes that if parents want their girls to be involved with both sexes, then they could send their children to Scouts. Otherwise, presumably, if you're sending it to Girl Guides, that's because of the fact that you want your daughter to be hanging around with just other girls, and you also want to ensure that those supervisors are female, that those safeguarding measures for your child, your often vulnerable young girl, means that she's going to have female role models and she's going to be around her female peers and not be at risk of being the prey of a predatory man.
Yeah, it's the same argument in schools, isn't it? You have single-sex schools, but if there's any issues, you can go to co-educational schools. Now, what's going to happen with this? Apparently, your problem was that you raised this publicly rather than dealing with it internally. Will there be a movement? You've lost your job. Is there going to be a movement within the organisation, do you think, to get some clarity or some change to this rule?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know. I was brought on as the CEO, as a change agent. That's what I was there for. So previously there used to be a GM. Then they had a huge organisational review. As a result of that, the GM left. So I was brought in as a change agent. In the 9 days I was there before my termination on the 10th day, I had already made a number of changes as a result of that review. So this process of reaching out to Catherine was an opportunity to develop a relationship with her so that then we could hopefully work together on it, and then we could also then hopefully get some pro bono legal advice.
Yeah, it ain't happening now, and others will have to take it up inside the organisation. Thanks for joining us, Karyn. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Karyn Lisignoli there. You'll hear more about that issue for sure.